299,203 kilometers. 797 kilometers to go until it ticks over to 300,000. That's a bit scary. Oh, but anyway, they're made to be driven, aren't they? So. Welcome back to another video, guys. Try to find somewhere quiet in the middle of nowhere, but no doubt some drongo will come walking their dog or drive down snooping around and distract me. But anyway, another video. Today I'm going to do a few things I hate about my car. I'll start with the obvious ones, if you've probably noticed. My exhaust is hanging off, sort of rusted underneath and twisted a little bit just before the diff, and that is something that's pissing me off and I need to fix it. Another thing, some bloody drongo ran into the back of me about 10 years ago, mind you. The bumper fell off, this was all pushed in. I actually bought from the wreckers a new bumper, boot lid, and this I think they call it like a filler panel. And I was gonna, I think it was white and silver. I was gonna respray them, but in the end, I thought it actually wasn't that bad. I got a heat gun, I bent this all back here. In the end, it wasn't too bad. The boot lid, I bent that all back and did the best I can, but it's still not perfect. And that's the only panel I used. I just resprayed that with a can. It's a bit of a dodgy job. After a few years, now it's starting to chip, and I didn't quite smooth it out 100%, so I'm going to redo that at some stage. So yeah, and put it back on properly. Another thing, clear coat peel. My car's in pretty good nick, but the spoiler suffered. Yeah, so that's the other thing that needs fixing. The tint on the window, that's Gonski. Obviously the back, a couple of parts there. Obviously not the windshield, but there's a few bits that need to be redoing. But that's a pretty cheap job. That's what, $300 or $400 or something to get a good tint. Yeah, again, all the plastic parts seem to just start to peel a little bit. Especially if there's a little chip or a tiny little peel. If you're doing the high pressure hose, that's the risk, and the high pressure hose gets under there. The dent that the kid did, I need to get that out. There's a couple of dents, not too bad. This one here. A few chips. There's the worst chip, big stone chip that's just sort of got bigger. I've touched it up, but the touch up went into a proper job. That's come off. What else? Yeah, I think there's another dent. Yeah, dent with a bit of unfortunately chipped a bit of paint. That's from years ago. Oh, and a couple here. And the other things, dreaded rust. There's a rust spot here. Not too bad, but underneath the back of the seal panels, that's the worst of it. I'm going to have to get that fixed at some stage. Yeah, it's not too bad on that side, but behind it is. What else? I actually never put the Falcon and the XR6 badge back on, and for a while I didn't have the Ford badge. I was going to debadge it. I still don't know what to do. If I should debadge the whole fill panel, just fill up the holes when I respray this. I think there's holes behind there too. I'll put that one back on. I kind of like the clean look without it. One of my favourite cars, Slow XR8, which is a red EF XR8 that had that's super clean. They also shaved the tow bar cover as well, which just made the back look really clean. I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but then I kind of like the originality. I do have a Falcon badge to go back on it. A GLI one, unfortunately, you can't get the Falcon ones anymore. The straight Falcon has GLI, so I got to just cut the GLI bit off the little back. But yeah, that's the other one. I've still got to redo this one. That's pitted again, unfortunately. The other side's pretty good. It's holding up pretty well. I did it years ago. I'll probably redo it again. That's pretty good though. Same with, I did this whole side here. That one's not too bad. It's just got a little bit of, it's almost blistering or something. I know, maybe in the sun it's like shrink back or something. And what else? As far as the interior goes, it is pretty mint. There is hardly anything wrong with it, actually. Probably the only little thing, couple of little things to make it perfect. That's gone a little bit greeny yellow. I don't know what's happened now. I've washed it with some cleaner, interior cleaner. It just hasn't come up right, which is funny because it's different colour than that now. So I was considering, do I get a brand, you can get new ones of these, still new old stock I think. It'll just be nice and grey, exactly like that, to match that. I don't know why it went funny, maybe it's the oil from my hands, but I thought, you know, if you clean it enough, really get in there with some soap, it would come off, but it hasn't, so I don't know, it's funny. The horn pad's pretty good. There's a couple of tiny little things on it, but it's gone a bit sticky. You can get brand new old stock ones, but they're like $300. But maybe I should, I think, because that's a 27, whatever, 28-year-old airbagger now. It does worry me. Whatever it goes off, what's happened? What will happen there? The Carter ones, they were a worry, but this one's an SRS. Maybe they didn't have a problem, but who knows? Probably the only real bad thing about the interior is this. It doesn't look so bad on camera. It's not too bad. It's just in certain lights. I must have scratched it at some stage. And the Harley looks bad, but that's probably the worst of the interior. The interior is pretty mint. I think one of the back, I think it's this one. Yeah, there. That's cracked. I don't know if you can see it. Just open it. It's just cracked there. I could probably super glue that back together, maybe. That's not bad. You don't notice it. I'm the only one who can notice it. Oh, sorry. Probably the worst thing I need to fix. The seatbelt. The seatbelt retractor's cooked. Doesn't go back at all. So I'll just so in case a cop pulls me up and says, what the hell's going on? I tuck it down. Neat under there, and also looks a lot neater. But yeah, other than that, floor mats. I want new floor mats, but you can't obviously go buy new old stock floor mats anymore. And even if you could find a mint pair, that'd probably cost $1,000. And who's going to give up their mint pair of floor mats unless it's off a wrecked car or something? I don't know. I've been speaking to Global Trim Global or something. There's a company that is starting to do some good reproduction parts for these cars. Some of these cars, more X series, but they're doing a few of these. They've even done the EL GT replica wheels in 19s, and the EB replica wheels as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's another thing. I need to repaint this window surround. I reckon it's going to be a big job, unfortunately. But anyway, we're getting there. There's a few things in the engine bay. Oh look, I'll show it to you now. I do have a brand new old stock one of these. I've still got to do it. I know, I've been saying it forever. There's a few little leaks. There's a leak there. I definitely need new hoses. The extractors, you probably see I painted them, and then they started coming off. And then when I did the head a few years ago, I was going to just sand it all off and respray it, but I got impatient, and I'm just chucking them back on half or not even quarter painted. I want to either take them off, get them ceramic coated, and that'll look neaten up the engine bay a lot. And just, all the little screws and bolts, get them zinc plated. When I redid the head, this was sitting there in the garage and it fell off the table or something, and it actually cracked or chipped a bit of the plastic off, so I've sort of taped it up so it's sealed properly, but that's annoying. I would love to get a 3-inch pipe made up, just into the airbox, and get that ceramic coated too, so to stop the heat soak. But I reckon I'll just make it neaten it up a little bit. I kind of like the double Tickford, and it has all the Tickford, and that's original, and I'll keep it. I've been looking at replacement ones of these, but it's hard to find one as good as mine, unfortunately. If there is, you know, they want hundreds of dollars for it. So I'm like, do I just spend the money and get a nice one made up and get that ceramic coated to match the extractors ceramic coated? But yeah, they're the things I hate about my car at the moment, and well, I can fix them all. A little bit of time, a little bit of money. Some things are cheap, some things like the rusted repairs, because I probably can't do them myself because I don't have a welder and I'm not that skilled yet. Maybe one day maybe when I get into my new house with a bigger garage and hopefully a shed at some stage, I'll get into that kind of stuff, but it might wait till then, or I might just get it done professionally if I can find the money. But yeah, there's lots of little things. You could repaint these, get matching screws. Oh, one thing, I'm missing one of these. I think on the ES and ELs they're different, but there's a hole. Looks like there's a hole there, but that's not meant to be. They're not meant to have one there. They have 3 on each side. I've looked on the internet, so I'm missing this one on this side. That's a pretty easy one. You can get them off eBay, or I could just go to the wreckers and get them for nothing. Oh no, bloody wreckers, they'll probably charge me $5 or something for an old one, knowing them pricks. Anyway, that's the video today, guys. About 10 things I hate about my car, but the good thing is they're all things I can fix, and they're not actually things I actually hate. I actually love everything about this car. They're just actually things that just need maintenance, really. So yeah, there you go. Things that I hate about my car at the moment, but I can fix them. All right, thanks guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.